because I save it.
There's also a minute or two to it.
Oh, really? Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm gonna wait for people to join, but in the meantime, I wanted to do an update on the bread that we baked yesterday for anybody who's gonna be joining or watching this when I save the live. So you can see, so yesterday, just an update, we did part 1 and part 2 of bread baking when I made my sourdough dough, and then in part 2 I actually made the loaves, and then we baked them last night. It was really late, so obviously I wouldn't go and update anybody at that point. But today I wanted to update you guys because it's actually really cute. It turned out really delicious, and I have a couple of tweaks I would do to the recipes if I was doing this over again. So I want to update you guys because instead of me just like, because I said yesterday that I'm gonna go and make like messages and whatever, like pin some comments about it, but to be honest with you, like it's easier for me to just like direct people to this update video because I want to show you what I mean by like my updates and what I would do differently. Hi, Archie. Hello. Also, I am planning on making lunch, so I'm gonna make my farmer's cheese gnocchi. This is my signature dish. My son loves it, so we're gonna do that. It's my grandma's recipe. I used to absolutely love it. Back when I was little, she would make that all the time for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that and show you guys what the recipe looks like so you can recreate it. It's super easy, to be honest with you. Like literally takes 0 effort and like 3 ingredients. All we need is farmer's cheese, eggs, and flour. So anyway, I am gonna go ahead and get my ingredients, and then we'll jump right into updating around sourdough and what happened there. So for this, I need 2 eggs. And I also need, so with my farmer's cheese, this is something that you can get at like a market or whatever. And it has, let's see, this is 453 grams, 16 ounces. And I have about half of the other one as well. So I have like basically 1.5 of these farmer's cheese. Hi, hello, thank you for joining. I know there's like a little delay when you go live, so it seems like people are joining later, or it's like pushing it out later. But what I was gonna do is I was gonna do an update on the sourdough before I show you guys the recipe, just because I wanna, again, give an update and say how I would do everything differently if I was baking it now with everything that I know. First bread that I made was the whole wheat, and this is what it turned out to be like. It did not rise as well. What I would do differently is I would not put it on 450. I would put it at around 420 or 430, and I wouldn't bake it for like 45 minutes. I would bake it for like maybe 40 minutes or 35 because it was definitely overbaked, but it's still soft. It smells amazing. So my baby actually prefers this one, so it turned out pretty good. We're still gonna use it. We're still gonna eat it. No big deal. The second bread was this one right here. This was the one I made with cheese and with chimes, and it's my savory, delicious bread. This turned out amazing, as you can see. However, what I would do different with this one is all the insides appeared on the outside crust, kind of like underneath the crust. Now, when I would mix it, I would mix it in and actually mix it with the dough this time. So that's the only thing that I would do differently. This bread, honestly, taste-wise, is like 10 out of 10. what breads are you trying to make? Last night I made 3 loaves. I actually went live and I did like part 1 and part 2. So if you guys want to go on my channel under lives, it's gonna be there, like the recipe that I used, how I mixed everything. And this is basically my update after I already baked it, to like direct anybody to this video and say, you know, oh, I would do this differently. Like I'm learning from my own mistakes because I'm a beginner. So so that's why I'm, you know, making this update just to show you guys my mistakes and what lessons learned and what I would do differently next time. So I made, like I said, I made a whole wheat, which is back there, which is a little bit like dense to my liking, but still good. Then we made this savory one with cheese. And then we also made this sweet one that has blueberries and cream cheese. Now this is same situation, right? In the middle, it doesn't have as much of the blueberries or whatever. This outside is so good. My mom has a bread maker she won't use. You have to make her use it because it's so delicious. Honestly, once you start baking your own bread, you're not gonna go back. I did not use the bread machine. If you go to my profile and go to my lives, you will see that I actually am showing how I did everything. I did it by hand. But you can use a bread machine. I just don't own one yet. Once I'm doing this at scale and once I, you know, like kind of learn how to do it on my own, I'm considering getting a bread machine because it's so much easier. Bread machines are for cheaters. I would disagree. I think like it cuts on a lot of time. You know what I mean? Like once I don't really, seriously, it takes a long time. Like yesterday when I started making these 3 loaves, I started at around like 11 a.m., which was 11:12, which was already too late in the day. And I ended up baking it at midnight. So it took me a while. And sometimes like you have to proof it overnight and stuff like that. So if you just load everything in a bread machine, it does it for you. That would be amazing. Like I would love that, but I don't have a bread machine just yet. If you guys have any recommendation for a really good bread machine, let me know. I know there's a lot on Amazon and I was like looking at some of them, but I just haven't pulled the trigger. Is this Germany? No. Where are you guys from? Bread looks so delicious, the cheese-filled one. Yes, I agree. Especially if it had, like, imagine this, but if the cheese was like all throughout, that would be, it's honestly so good. Like I said, this one, it has the chimes, which is basically green onion. It has farmer's cheese and it has feta. And I mixed it all together. Oh, and dill. And I did the freeze-dried dill, mixed it all together, and then just folded it in the bread. From New York. Hi, New York. How's the weather over there? The machine can do it? Yeah, the machine does like do everything for you, and you can even add like additional things to machines. I know you can add cheese and like nuts or whatever, and it would like make everything for you. It's so much easier, but I just don't own a machine, so and plus I want to learn how to do it by hand, so that's why I've been doing it. It's hot. Yeah. You guys are not getting any weather from the Florida right now. I hear that it's going crazy over there. So anyways, I am going to start on my lunch. Very humid. Yeah. You can see that. It's really hot here as well. My water is boiling, so I'm gonna actually start on the recipe that I was gonna show you guys how to make. You take farmer's cheese. If you don't know what farmer's cheese is essentially like, this is what it looks like. I don't even know what to compare it to. It's like feta, but it's not salty. And it's creamier than feta. And you can buy it at Whole Foods, you can buy it at Sprouts, you can buy it at any kind of healthier, I guess, well, depends, store. Also for this, I'm pretty sure you can like substitute it with something else, but this is what I like to use is farmer's cheese. It's also similar to cottage cheese, but cottage cheese, a lot of the times it comes in those like grains, and this one is that, but like all mixed together. So I'm using half of the one I didn't use for the bread yesterday, and I'm using a whole thing as well. One whole pack as well. And I'm just eyeballing everything. You can definitely find a recipe online for, you know, cheese gnocchis or whatever, and it's gonna give you everything, like how many ounces of this and that, but I just eyeball it because I've done this so many times. I just know, kind of can eyeball what the consistency should look like. Then I add 2 eggs. You can add 1 egg, but I'm gonna add 2 eggs. Can I have something to drink? I'm thirsty. I'm gonna add 2 eggs to this. Usually you can add, like, if you just do 1 pack, 1 egg should be enough. How did your bread turn out? Really good. I was just doing an update actually earlier if you wanna go back and see, but let me show you. This is what one of them looks like. It's really good. It turned out really good, and this is the second one. But I'm not gonna do like the whole update around like what I would do different or whatever, because I already did it earlier. But it turned out really delicious. Now there's always room for improvement. So next time I'm gonna just try to implement what kind of like making sure that whatever I'm putting inside, I can dispose, how do you say that? Like you can dispose of it better. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I am just mixing everything together with my eggs and my farmer's cheese. I'm going to, you know what? I was thinking you can also add like dill to this as well. Should we do that? Or maybe not. We could. Well, you could add whatever you want to this. I'm gonna add salt for sure because it needs salt. Where's my salt? You see the salt? I'm gonna go find it.
It's right here.
Okay. I'll get the salt. Awesome, thank you. How's everybody's Sunday going for you guys? What are you guys up to? So I'm just eyeballing the salt. Grandma went to Florida and it's fine, that's good. Where in Florida? Maybe it's like different areas, because we have some friends in Florida, and actually, how are they doing? Because I'm following a couple of people also on Instagram that they live in Florida, and they've been complaining that it's been kind of crazy. Yeah. Did they lose any power? Oh, nice. That's awesome. Farmer's market is fun. Did you get anything? I've been meaning to go to a farmer's market around here. And then I'm also taking my all-purpose flour and I'm gonna start adding it as well. So my eggs are all mixed in. And I'm adding little by little. All I'm gonna do is watch for that consistency. We want it to be, essentially it's to start forming a dough, but not to the point like, not like bread, but like halfway there. So more denser than a pancake batter would be. We want it to basically stick together. And I'll show you exactly what I mean when we achieve this consistency that I'm looking for. But it's gonna essentially start getting denser and denser and start looking more like dough. Anybody has any fun plans for the week? I'm sorry, what? Get the jar down from the top shelf. What do you mean? That one? Why is that? I was actually thinking of adding something here. Okay, bye. See you later. You guys, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on my future lives. And also if you want like daily updates, because I don't know if I'm gonna come on here daily, but if you want daily, then go on my Instagram. I've been growing my community on there, and I'm there basically literally every day. So if you want to check that out, feel free. So I'm just adding more and more flour. What?
The quiz I always ask you just came up.
Say what? Why two? And tell you smells like Teen Spirit. That's one. What was the other one? I know more than one. It's just mom brain. I can't think of anything else. Okay, what's your favorite Nirvana song? Tell me that. What was that second one that I liked, D? I forget.
Enough to get a switch.
Huh?
Like they're enough to buy a switch.
Why?
You can put blueberries inside.
Yeah, you can make this sweet actually. So I added salt, but you could make this sweet. You can add sugar, you can add blueberries, you can do whatever you want. And then the beauty of this, once they're boiled, you can also add jam or whatever if you want. Like if you want to make it sweet, I like it with sour cream because I like it more like a savory dish. But if you want, if you have a sweet tooth, that's also a really nice, healthier dessert. Because honestly, the only ingredients there is all-purpose flour, eggs, and cheese and salt, and that's it. So it's pretty healthy if you ask me. I'm gonna add a little bit more. And then we're gonna try to mix it with our hands at that point. Because it's starting to get really sticky, it's starting to stick together. It's so nice out right now, but it's really hot, to be honest with you. So I'm kind of regretting wearing this sweatshirt. I need to change into something more summery, but I'm indoors, so that's fine. So this is the consistency that we're looking for, right? So a little bit stickier. It kind of sticks together. And I think I'm gonna add more flour and then start mixing it with my hands at this point. And if you know what gnocchis are, they're basically like little squares or little rectangular shape things. And sometimes you make them with, you can make them with cheese, like in this situation. You can make them with potatoes. I think that's the most common one, like Italian way. This is more of a Eastern European way. And actually they have a different name. So this dish has a different name in Russian and Romanian, but I'm just calling it gnocchi because that's what people are familiar with. And that's what people know. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the flour on here. And then start assembling them. Did you turn on the water?
That's already boiled.
It is? It's boiled?
Yeah. I just turned it off. So.
Maybe turn it back on because I'm like almost done. And I'm gonna add more flour here. And then I'm gonna basically take enough dough that I can hold in my hands and I'm gonna shape a little bowl. This is what the first step is. Just shape this little bowl. Add more flour to it on all sides. Continue shaping it. It's like really cool activity as well. Like playing with dough is fun. When my son is older, I'm gonna make him do it because I'm sure he's gonna love doing this. Like a real nice, you know, like Play-Doh almost. So yeah, here you go, a little bowl. Then you have to put it down. Let me pull you guys back so you can see what I'm talking about. So now you're gonna start basically doing this motion right here with your fingers. with your hands. That's it. That's all we do, is press down on it and go back and forth. And you have flour all around you so it doesn't stick. And that's it. We just continue this process until the cylinder is becoming more and more skinnier. Yeah, Mama's making it. You know what this is. You know what this is. And then I just go back and forth all around. The cylinder is becoming smaller. And what we're gonna do is, once we're good with the shape, we just cut. That's it. So it's, like I said, it's super easy, super simple. If you have toddlers or young kids, they're gonna love it. Adults love this too. It's just such a simple dish. And then I'm gonna take just a simple knife and cut shapes. This is what we want. This is what we want each one to look like. And then I put them aside. And then the water should be boiling. I would also add olive oil and salt in the boiling water. And then you just start throwing them in the water. And once they float, they're done. So once again, it's just the easiest and simplest. Yes, Bunny, you're making it. Making. It's almost done. The simplest and easiest lunch idea, or like I said, you can use it as a dessert as well. It's really nice. And it's so delicious. Also, fun fact, when I was pregnant and I was not feeling well, this was the only thing that I could tolerate. So this is also great because it doesn't have like a super strong taste to it or anything like that. It's good source of calcium and everything. Yes, Bubba. What's wrong? What's going on? Yeah, you said you can make pierogies? Mama's making nam nam. Mama making. Yeah, you can make pierogies similar way. I think pierogies is similar to this, except you have to put something inside of them. Like you have to stuff them with something. I'm not too sure. Honestly, I've not tried making that, but. And you can make quite a lot with that as well. So I'm just, the first area or like the first part of it is done. I'm just gonna continue this process until I have enough for everybody. So this is it. And you just, literally once you do it once, you learn how to do it and you just know how to do it from now on. It's so easy. The most difficult part is honestly just like shaping and rolling it out. But yeah, have you guys made something similar in the past? Have you made pierogies in the past? That seems to be like, it's a really delicious. We actually get our pierogies from where? Where we get our pierogies from? From Costco? We sometimes like buy pierogies from Costco. They have really good ones in their freezer section. I love Costco. But if you can make it from scratch, I mean, that's even better. So now I'm gonna just do one more and then show you guys how to drop it in the water and what it looks like afterwards. And after that, we're gonna be done because this is basically it. It's so easy, like I said. When I don't have time to cook, I can make this in like literally 5 minutes. Right now I'm explaining how to do it, but if I was in a rush, I could have made it even faster than this. Here you go. Oh, and don't forget to like this live as well, so then it continues pushing. So it really helps me out, you guys, if you like this live, because that's how YouTube operates. Cool, so this is what we're left with. And now I'm gonna show you guys how I drop them in the water. I'm gonna take a couple and then show you what I do. This is my boiling pot of water. I just get kind of close, don't burn yourself, and just quickly drop it in, and that's it, right? So make sure you don't hurt yourself. You can also use something to lower them in, like, I mean, I don't have it here, but if you have like a sifter or whatever, you can put a couple of them in and like just like lower it in. Just make sure you don't drop them all in the same spot. If you dropped one right there, drop the other one kind of further apart so they don't stick together. And once they're floating, you're good to go. Add some butter to it, add some sour cream or whatever toppings you want. And it honestly is so, so, so delicious. I absolutely love it. Our entire family loves it. So that's about it. What are you gonna make? I just made cheese gnocchi. This is what it looks like. So if you go back just a few minutes, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes back, you'll see what I did. I essentially made my mixture, and it's super easy. Just mixed farmer's cheese flour, salt, and eggs, and then I made these little gnocchis, and now if you throw them in, they're basically good to go. Okay, sweetie. All right, well, I'm gonna probably head out because I need to feed my baby, but this is the recipe. It's gonna be super delicious if you guys recreate it. Let me know, by the way, if you do. Let me know in the comments if you're planning on doing it, and don't hesitate to like this live, follow me so you don't miss out because I'm gonna go live here, as well as follow me on Instagram. I have a community there, and I'm there every day, and I do reels, as well as shorts on here on YouTube. So I hope that you stick around, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.